This is actually the first time I use Queen against this boss. So similar to the other side, when you get a shield or you do weakness damage, you get a stack of final damage increase of 5%, up to 8 times, so 40% total. But unfortunately, it's not easy to get max stack with this team because we don't really have a shielder here. Yeah, boss gaming is, for the start of battle, it will have 2 Azul scales and it will remove 1 when you do a weakness damage, which is nuclear. And you have to remove the Azul scales because if you don't, those scales will reduce the damage you do to the boss. And then every turn it will also gain back the scales, which means that you have to do weakness damage every turn. And with Vino it's no problem because Vino will break the scale before your Queen moves, which will remove the buff on the boss. So here's the team. I think this is quite a standard team. Queen is our DPS. She's running Awareness and Truth, a very ugly 4-star weapon, stat screen. For Vino, she is running Harmony and Truth for nuclear damage, 5-star weapon for defense debuff and some Ailment Inflict, stat screen. And of course, the very strong core is running Trust Prosperity, very needed for this fight, and 5-star weapon also needed to follow the highlight rotation, stat screen. The Navigator is gonna be Futaba for defense debuff and the damage buff from skill 3. Resolve Labor for a bit of defense debuff, a 5-star weapon, stat screen. So weapon we have Max Machina. I'm not using Arc Knight because using Arc Knight you need to damage it. You need to do damage, but we are not gonna damage it. So Arc Knight is useless here. So Ex Machina. Then I put Bishop Mountain in front. Then we need Dionysus, Rebellion, and also Revolution for the crit damage crit rate. Then we have Yolanga for the passive. We can increase crit damage taken. This fight is gonna be a bit RNG because you need to shock the boss on turn 4. On turn 3 and turn 6 because it's a big damage turn. Make sure you give him Rakunda also. This fight in general just has quite a bit of RNG. You need to shock, then you need to pray for no freeze. You want to maximize your points. For the turn order 1, 2, 3, 4, this is the most ideal one. These 2 flipping should be fine. But Wonder first is better so you can like debuff and buff, then Vino do a bit of damage. Because the buff debuff can apply to Vino, right? First turn you use Rebellion of Queen. And we do Vino skill 3. We do Vino skill 3 instead of 1 because we could use a Queen skill 1 anyways. So using a Vino skill 1 here is a waste. You wanna, apply the element next turn. Is to increase your chance of having more elements during the important turns. Then we do Code skill 3. Code highlight, I mean. We need 5-star weapon to do this, of course. Then we code skill 2. Skill 1 of inflict the ailments. Pray for no freeze. If you get freeze, you can just restart here. Also, I don't understand this animation because it only has 2 stacks of Azure scales, so I don't know why it triggers so many times. Oh no, freeze, nice. I know I hit 5 times with Queen, but like it doesn't make sense to me because only 2 stacks. Yeah, anyways, double skill 1, evil defense. And we do Revolution Dionysus. Vino skill 1, hopefully it's not shock. Okay, good, it's a freeze. The reason why we don't want shock here is because we're gonna take shock again with Core anyways. Assuming she lands the shock. So this one has quite a few RNG stuff to maximize damage. Unfortunately, now we pray for shock. We got it, very nice. Also allows us to extend the duration a bit. Not quite short, skill 3, we have all 5 elements, very good. Ideally you wanna have 5 elements all the time. Not possible because yeah, it's just not possible for that. See, now it's only 3 elements. Now it's skill 3. Without a Vino weapon, it's gonna be even more difficult to maintain the elements. Now Yolanga Wakunda. Because 5-star weapon can inflict element every other turn. And I think we did get something here. And also you do want shot here because Yolanga passive will activate more if the opponent is shocked. Skill 3 with what? Hoping for 600k. There we go. Skill 3 should be close to 600k also, I think. Oh yeah, that's beautiful. Okay, thank God. No, didn't hit Queen, that's good. Then we Vino highlight. Hitting Vino is also kinda bad. I think ideally hitting Wonder is the best. Because Vino can do a bit of damage, right? That's unfortunate. Usually you can do like 55,000 with the highlight. Valiant with Dionysus. Yeah, I think her skill 1 usually does like 50k. Yeah, now it's nerfed, sadly. But we are all 5 elements right now. That's pretty good. But this turn is not the turn that matters because it's just a regular skill 3, no quest shot. Then skill 3 Queen. Do some damage. Long freeze. Damn it, got the freeze. That's unfortunate. It's very difficult to get a freeze-less run. Then we do a skill 1. And because of the freeze, right, it's very difficult to test like the perfect rotation. Because, you know, sometimes you get freeze, sometimes you don't, so it's very difficult to know if the rotation is better than the other rotation and stuff. Evolution, Dionysus. Skill 3. We really want a shock here. Because we're gonna use Ryulanga again next turn. How many turns of shock? 1 turn of shock. Please shock. Damn it, didn't get a shock. That's really bad. Then we do a cold highlight. So a lot of RNG stuff. But if you use the Ryulanga, the shock is definitely one of the RNG. I mean, shock in general is pretty good because shock can increase crit damage taken. 3 400k. Yes, very nice. We can do Futaba skill 3. Langa Rakunda. Skill 1. Oh, got a shock. That's very good. Thankfully. But sadly there's only 3 elements at the moment. Ideally you want all 5. But yeah, it is what it is. Maybe code highlight. I code skill 3 on Queen. 600k. No, because of the freeze, unfortunately. Okay, highlight. To be 5. Oh, what's even worse? Oh. Oof. Okay, skill 3. Okay. Okay score, I think. I hope. Okay, 9 million. Okay, decent, I guess.